Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Delphine Konda and I do run this YouTube channel where I share lots and lots of videos on opportunities and scholarship applications and any tip that can help you to improve yourself. And if these are the kind of videos that you like to watch, please stay glued to this channel, subscribe, like, share, and of course keep leaving me a comment in the comment section. The Chevening scholarship application season is about to close in a few days, and I was just like, I know that I've been MIA, but let me just come and answer some of the many questions that you guys keep leaving in my comment section. So I'm going to be using my phone and I'll try to answer some of the questions as much as I possibly can. The first question that I got, the person says, "Hey Delphine, thank you for all your educative videos. Can you tell me what your GPA or grade was in your undergrad class? I mean, does Chevening mind your grade?" Yes, absolutely. I had a 2.82 GPA on 4, which means that I had a second class lower in my undergrad. I studied women and gender studies with law, University of Buea, Cameroon. I think that Chevening minds your grade. Of course, if you are applying for an academic opportunity, your grade is going to be something that they will take into consideration because that's the first thing they look at. But now the question might be, why is it that I got in even though I had a second class lower? I think there are other people that have had second class lower and then they got Chevening before, just like me. But you have to understand that I had an extensive work experience and I had a really strong application. I was a very strong candidate, so I had to use my work experience to compensate for the fact that I didn't have a second class upper or a first class. I don't know if that makes sense to you. The second question is, the person was saying, "This video was so helpful, thank you. Just want to know, I'm studying bachelor's in journalism and mass communication. Can I pursue my master's in hospitality and event management?" Definitely. I think that you can pursue your master's in anything that you're passionate about. But I see where your question is coming from. You want to know if you can switch from something that you did in the bachelor's to something else because you did mass communication and now you want to dive into hospitality and event management. What I would say to you is that try to create a link between what you're doing currently that gives you an edge and a reason to want to venture into hospitality and event management. Myself, as an example, I studied development in my first master's program because Chevening was my second, and in my bachelor's I did women and gender studies with law. So when I wanted to do media communication and development at the London School of Economics, I was already working as a communication officer for an international organization at the time I was doing my Chevening application. So it makes it easier for me to justify why Chevening should consider taking me, because I was trying to perfect the skills that I was already doing in the field in my day-to-day job. So if you can create a link between what you are doing and what you want to study, it helps to smooth, that gap. But if there is no link, it just feels like you're not serious. You're leaving what you already studied to dive into a completely different industry without having any strong motivation to do so. Next one is on one of my networking videos. The person says, "May I ask you that can I pass IELTS exam after submitting essays, because now IELTS exam is in December and Chevening application closing date is November." So I guess the person wants to know if they can submit their Chevening application first, then they can go about and submit their English language test. Definitely you can do that. That's exactly what I did when I was applying during my time in 2016. Of course, if Chevening says otherwise, if the rules have changed, then you have to follow what they require, but usually that should be how you do it. Submit your application first, then you can go and write your English language exams later, and then you submit it, you upload it in the portal, and even your schools will ask you. Some schools do ask for it. They will ask for it, and you can upload it as well. Another person says, hi Konda, thanks a lot for sharing this. I'm really following this as I'm an applicant from Uganda. I have a question that needs your guidance. Is it okay to list all my similar courses from the same university? Well, from my understanding, I think this person wants to know if they can select all their 3 courses from the same university. I would say no, it's too risky. If you apply all your 3 courses from the same university and you are rejected, then you lose everything. But if you diversify and apply from 3 different universities, it makes a lot of sense. So I would recommend that you go ahead and do apply from 3 different universities. It gives you better chances. The next one is, thank you, Delphine. You're doing an amazing job. Do you think the STAR strategy works in networking? Is it? Absolutely. The STAR strategy works in almost everything that you're writing. If you want to write any application, you can use it that way. So I would say that if that's a strategy that you have mastered, then you can use it. The next question is, I do voluntary work in a family company. Can I include it? What documents can I use as proof? The truth is that if you do voluntary work in your family company, you could ask the head of the company, whoever it is in your family that is legally in charge, to issue some kind of recommendation letter, or not necessarily a recommendation letter, like a certificate of work, a completion of voluntary service, something like that, that you could use as proof that you did do voluntary work in your family company. I've not heard of anyone who said that Chevening asked them for proof, but I would say that just show integrity, say the truth, how long you have worked there and all of that, and just keep it as a backup document in case you go for an interview and you're asked, then you have proof. Because what I did was I put together all my voluntary service certificates. I asked the head of the organizations that I used to work with or that I was currently working with for support, so that in case I went and they asked, but when I went for my interview, they didn't ask me anything. So you could use similar strategy and just be prepared just in case. Next question is, hey, thank you. Your videos are very helpful. I have a question. Aren't we supposed to also add what the UK government is doing in our country when we talk about our future career plans, tags in advance? Actually, what you can do is when you are talking about your career plans, you can read what the UK government is interested, their priority areas, and see how that is linked to your field of studies and your future plans. Then you can use it as an inspiration to kind of link what they are interested in, like show them that your interest aligns with their own interests. But I don't think that you need to, how did you put it, to add what the UK government is doing in your country. You don't have to, but you could use it to your advantage by showing them like, hey, I am kind of interested in what you're interested in. So it's a mutually beneficial thing if you accept my application to become a Chevening scholar. I don't know if you get what I mean. Next question is, I have an offer letter from a university. Is it necessary to mention it in my AC? Yes, I think you should. If you already have an offer letter, then list the university as one of the universities you want to go to, and then mention it already, and mention it from a position of strength. Show them that, hey, I already have it. I'm just looking for the money so that I can go and study. That puts you at an advantage actually. Another person said, thank you sis, I have an inquiry. I'm stuck on this point regarding work experience for 2 years. Should I get an experience paper if it is training, or is it just the reference? How would they know that I have experience? Proof is necessary. I've said it over and over again. I think that I've answered this question. Just go ahead and list the experience. If you cannot prove with any paper that you have worked in that place, you can tell them when it's time for interviews, or say it in your essay where you have worked. If they really have doubts about you working there, they will investigate it. We are talking about the UK government here. they can know what they want to know if they want to know it. So don't focus a lot on that. Just focus on writing a good and strong application. Next question. Hi, thanks for the information, but I think there is a section that requests applicants to upload 3 conditional and 3 unconditional offers. Kindly guide on this one. Well, I'm not aware that you must upload 3 conditional and 3 unconditional offers. I'm aware that there is a place where you have to upload the universities that you have selected. So you select 3 universities, and over time you have to upload those 3 universities whether you get an offer or not. Those offers can be conditional or unconditional. It just depends on the situation, but eventually you have to have at least 1 unconditional offer. Next question. Thank you so much, sis. I want to ask about work experience. When I calculated the hours, I found that they met what was required, but it was not up to 2 years. Unfortunately, it has to be 2 years, and they give you the number of hours. I have a whole video on that which I'll link somewhere here, so I'm not going to dive into it on how to calculate. So guys, that was it for today's video. I hope that you did enjoy it, and if you have any more questions, you can leave them in the comment section, and definitely I'm going to do my best to try to answer them. Until we meet again, guys, please don't forget to create some impact.